Spring is in bloom and new listings are everywhere. But for most sellers, nothing is really taking root. With more homes coming onto the market and interest rates starting to ease, the Fraser Valley spring market hasn't exactly come to life. We're seeing activity, but not momentum. Buyers are circling, sellers are hopeful, but fewer deals are actually crossing the finish line. So today, we're digging into what's really happening beneath the surface, and more importantly, what sellers can actually do to move forward in a market like this. Because yes, homes are still selling, but it might take a bit more effort than you thought. I'm Irene, your local Mission Realtor, specializing in this wonderful community of Mission, BC. Whether you're planning your next move or just staying informed, you'll find everything you need right here. And if you'd like to talk more about your unique home, you can reach me directly or check out the description box below on more ways to contact me. Across the Fraser Valley, the spring market has been slow to wake up, despite more listings and a rate environment that should be helping. And with the next Bank of Canada rate announcement set for April 16th, many are watching closely for another possible cut. Inflation has cooled to 2.8%, but with global uncertainty, including threats from the U.S. tariffs under President Trump still unfolding, the bank may act sooner rather than later to support borrowing confidence and economic stability. March sales were up 13% from February, a positive sign, but still nearly 50% below the 10-year average and 26% below that of last year. New listings rose 22%, bringing us to over 9,200 active listings, the highest we've seen in more than a decade. There's supply, but what about demand? They are still very cautious. We're in what economists are politely calling a disconnect. Sellers don't want to drop their prices too far, and buyers aren't willing or able to stretch their budgets any further. The result, a bit of a stalemate. Sales to active listing ratio is sitting at 11%, firmly placing us in a buyer's market territory. Homes are taking longer to sell, and benchmark prices are down slightly year over year. There's some movement, but we're nowhere near the full bloom of spring that we've seen in the past. And here in Mission, we're seeing the same cautious pattern, but with some interesting shifts in where the sales activity is actually happening. In Mission, we saw 38 sales in March, and here's how they broke down by price. 2 homes under $500,000, 5 between $500,000 and $800,000, 8 between $800,000 and $1 million, 10 between $1 million and $1.2 million, and another 10 between $1.2 million and $1.5 million. That higher range, 1.2 to 1.5 million, hasn't seen this kind of activity in quite a while. Above that, the market tightens up. 2 sales between 1.5 and 2 million, and just 1 sale over 2 million. And that's where the real challenge is right now. Homes over 1.5 million are seeing fewer showings, more hesitation from buyers, and longer days on the market. At the end of March, Mission had 329 active listings with a sales to list ratio of 11.55%, and that's 8.7 months of inventory. So yes, buyers are looking, but they're taking their time. They're comparing and waiting to be impressed. And now let's take a look at the details of Mission, BC, and we're going to start with Detached homes for March 2025. And the benchmark price came in at $1,064,400. That's down slightly month over month by 0.2% and up slightly by 0.2%. So basically no change in the benchmark price for the year. Sales came up to 31 this month. That's up 72.2% over last month, but down 26.2% over last year. With 244 active listings, up by 10.9% and up by 51.6% year over year. Townhomes, the benchmark price came in at $668,500, and that's up by 0.6% month over month and up 0.9% year over year. Again, 1 year change, not much, Sales came in at 6 for March. That's up by 100% from 3 the previous month, and down by 40% year over year. And we have seen townhomes struggling here, and that is because of excessive inventory in other communities such as Abbotsford, Chilliwack, Maple Ridge, and Langley and Surrey. Active listings came in at 42, and that's up by 16.7% month over month, and up 61% year over year. Moving on to apartments, the benchmark price for March came in at $455,800. That's down slightly by 0.6% with a one-year change of nothing. Stable prices all the way around. Sales came in at 4, and that's up by 100% over last month. Unfortunately, down by 60% year over year. 43 listings, and that's down by 15.7%, and that's a one-year change of minus 30.3%. So if you're thinking of selling in the next few months, you're stepping into a market where effort matters. And putting a sign on the lawn and hoping for the best just doesn't cut it anymore. Buyers are more selective than ever, and often walking through 5, 6, or more homes before they even consider making a move. Here's what's working right now. First, presentation. Clean, uncluttered, well-staged homes are getting more showings and better feedback. Now, you don't need a full renovation, but a good, tidy, move-in ready space makes all the difference. Second, pricing with intention. This is not the market to test the waters. If your home is sitting while others are selling, buyers are going to notice, and they will move on. Third, photography and marketing. Presentation, if it doesn't stand out online, it probably won't get seen in person. And no traffic, no viewings means no offers. It's as simple as that. And finally, mindset. Patience and strategy go hand in hand. If you're thinking of listing and want a clear, honest look at where your home fits, let's talk and we can discuss your unique situation. So that's where things stand right now as we head deeper into the spring market. Yes, it's slower, but buyers are being more careful and sellers are still getting great results here in Mission when the strategy is in the right place. Thanks for watching, and if this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's really happening here in Mission, BC. I'm Irene, and I'm local and loving it.